Greetings, my fellow Bipetarians. This is a Savinelli Chubby Cuddy I got off of eBay. Forgive me, those of you who had an eye on it and bid and were outbid. But it's kind of a recent acquisition. I haven't been on here in a while. I just thought I'd share with you some things I'm doing. I'm smoking Eight State Burley, and it resonates because I mean, if you look up Eight State Burley online, it'll come to this particular tobacco, but it doesn't always tell you what the 8 states are. It seems like now there are more than 8 states. It's gotten a lot bigger, and I just happen to be living in a state that butts up against several of them. I live in Illinois now. We touch Kentucky, Missouri, Indiana, some of the states that are in there. I think Kentucky's the biggest burley grower there is. And so here I am smoking this tobacco, which is, I'm more of an aromatic guy, but the very, very, very mild topping, whatever it is, just takes the burley up to a new level. I just never wanted to smoke burley because I just thought, burley, that's cigarette tobacco. It's going to taste nasty, right? This doesn't. It tastes good. So I would say if you're an aromatic guy, you might want to give it a shot. Just sort of an in-betweener kind of thing. Anyway, what I wanted to share with you today is a couple of things. The fact that I'm smoking this Eight State Burley in Illinois is because along with this pipe, I mean another seller, but along with this in the fact that eBay had my attention, I bought a little seedling, that big, that claimed to be Kentucky Burley, a live Kentucky Burley plant. And I'm here in a parsonage with nothing backyard, and I started thinking, hey, I'll make it kind of a biblical garden. I'll put burning bush here. There's a burning bush. Last year the bugs ate it, so there were very few leaves that turned red in the fall, but this year it's much more bushy. It's going to look great. I have Elijah grass, which looks like monkey grass. It's like a big ball of grass, but it's called Elijah grass. And there's a, well, I have Concord grapes growing, and that's the grape that everybody uses for communion grape juice. who don't use wine. But my little plant seedling turned into this. This is burley tobacco. It has got to be the prettiest plant I have in my garden. Now, I don't know what you see. It doesn't maybe look like much right now, but it had all these flowers. It was totally all these flowers. It has a fuzzy leaf texture like you'd get with sunflower seeds, sunflowers. And they get these pods. Look at this. Pull this pod off. And look at all the seeds that come out of these pods. You could be growing tobacco for days. Look at that. I remember when Jesus talked about the mustard being one of the smallest, or the smallest seed in the garden. I thought, well, maybe tobacco's not necessarily a garden plant, but that's got to be one of the smallest seeds I've ever seen. But the leaves are starting to change on the bottom, and when I see one that kind of changes a tad, I will take it and pull it off. And I pulled a few off. I wanted to have them with me right here, right now, but if you'll just take a look at this plant, I will run away and grab it real quick. Look at this. This, I guess I could turn it this way. This is what the leaves look like. They start out looking like that, nice and green, very beautiful, huge. I don't know, it's probably 4 or 5 foot plant, and beats the heck out of all the other ones. Nobody knows what it is except me, but they're all wondering because it looks great. And anyway, I pulled off the first couple leaves. It looked like they were not doing too well. They were yellow, but that's apparently when you're supposed to pull them anyway. So I pulled them, and they dried, but they're kind of supple. So I'm just kind of learning this thing. I really didn't grow this specifically to smoke it. I grew it just to find out what it'd be like to grow it. And so here we are with tobacco growing in a garden, and I'm smoking it, assuming that the seller wasn't pulling my leg when they said it was from Kentucky. But with so many seeds, I could grow more, and then I could get some Virginias and then do my own blending. And I was looking at those seeds. You know, I had a hard time actually starting out because I tried to grow some just from seed and didn't really know how to do it. And I found out that tobacco seeds need to be sprinkled on top. They need sun, they need moisture, but they don't need to be under the ground to grow. Anyway, I had somebody say to me that they were feeling guilty smoking tobacco, and I said, well, why is that? And they said, well, probably God doesn't want me to do it. And I said, well, you know, first of all, in the first chapter of the Bible, it says that God created all the plants and said they were all good. We just have to figure out what to do with them. I don't think there's anything particularly wrong with smoking your cigars or whatever you do, but if you feel like it's wrong, you don't want to be doing it. The Bible does say if something's sin to you, then it's sin, because you think you're faulting God. But really, there's nothing in Scripture that condemns tobacco. It just says it's good. Anyway, so this is what a tobacco plant looks like. And while I was here, I saw something before I planted this that was looking like tobacco to me, but was not tobacco. It's something that's local and cultural. I want to show you that too before I hang up. Look at this. I've got all these various plants growing here, but it's something called pokeweed. Pokeweed. That's this stuff right here. Look at the leaves. They look like tobacco. And I understand that people used to get these leaves and smoke them because they did look like tobacco. And not only that, they would eat them in salads, but they're kind of toxic, so you have to do something to them. But anyway, this is where I am today, smoking a little 8 State Burley, growing some burley, feeling good about being a gardener in a very gardening, farming state. This is a place where, as you drive down the road, one side of the street always has corn, the other side always has beans, and then they swap them year to year because beans put back what the corn takes out. And meanwhile, I'm growing tobacco, but nobody knows. Anyway, it's not that hard to grow. Once it's in, it'll root, it'll grow, and it looks wonderful. I mean, even if you didn't smoke them, best looking flowers, nice looking plant, makes it look like you got something going on. Anyway, God bless you all. I hope that this finds everyone feeling well and starting to feel the mood for a change in weather. We'll see what happens. It's already September. So take that little nugget. I'll try to get some more out. I've got a few things we've done recently that I've done with Joy, and I want to share those with you too. So God bless. Talk to you later. Bye for Terry now.